So, you have made your way back to the edge of the Stranglethorns. After your last harrowing encounter there, saving the soul of Ciri Wildwander, and your frenzied, frantic retreat back to Braskov in order to save his life. Whereupon you beseeched Teleki Bolyai. Using his holy healing magic in the newly bolstered town of Braskov, the hallowed ground having a very advantageous effect on the poison coursing through Sindri's veins. After healing up, taking a moment, you all did quite a lot of clerical activities. There's a little bit of an interlude session last time. We walked around Braskov, talking to various and sundry of the citizens, whereupon you bought some bath bombs in preparation for your upcoming encounter with the ghouls. You then went to speak to Ant, the woodcutter, who pointed you in a direction that would get you further into the Stranglethorns via a safer route to follow the old mine tracks until you see cave on the hill with the broken crane. And that will get you much further into the Stranglethorns rather than the way that you went in, which is where the ghouls are thickest. You tooled up, you rationed up, healed up, and set out. Getting to the old stone bridge across the Vlata River, whereupon you decided to create your bath bombs, which you did with moderate success. Quite a lot of the flammable moonshine was spilled all over Sindri and Arwen and the ground. Though luckily Jess used prestidigitation to clear the highly flammable liquid from your clothes, unfortunately for me. You then walked back along the river with the menacing presence of the wood on your right, eventually finding the small opening where the old minecart tracks break through the trees. You stood there on the edge of the forest contemplating entering before pouring over yourselves the minced ghoul entrails to mask your smell. So you're now all covered in sickly red-brown viscous liquid that stinks and threatens to gag you if you breathe too deeply. Sindri unfortunately did so and threw up all down himself. And we left it there with you standing on the precipice of the very uninviting mass of thorns, of briar bushes, dead branches of the Stranglethorns. So, it is where we are. What is it you would like to do? So I'll tell you that in front of you you can see the winding path of the long abandoned mine tracks, and it sort of snakes off up. There's this sort of gradient up towards the mountains in the distance. You can see the mine track snakes off through that. You can see further up in the tree line. There's breaks in the trees where you make the assumption that the mine track runs through there. But after a few hundred feet, it sort of winds round and then out of view behind the massive thickets and thorns. The weather is very dismal at the minute. There's a light rain and wind, as is the norm in the Vlata Valley. And just by the way the air feels, it suggests to you that a heavy bank of fog is rolling in from the coast. Still got a few hours of good visibility. You think before the day is out, visibility might be an issue in the midst of the Stranglethorns due to thick fog. You can hear some distant cries carried on the wind, feral and hateful. They're some miles away. Further to the north, where you originally went into the Stranglethorns. And now you all seem to be alone and unwatched.
I'll relay the knowledge about weather to the rest of the group, just so we know we might have a bit of trouble not finding our way back. You know, I've dealt with fog enough, I'll be able to get us home, but if we can't see much, then it'll be easier for us to get surprised.
Yeah, I
want
wouldn't
to stick close together
like
as
that.
well, so we don't wander off and get lost from each other.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about getting lost. I have an excellent memory for maps and geography, terrain layouts, etc. So
It was more like we lose each other. I mean,
yeah,
so like you might have a great memory, but if someone wanders off in the fog, they're probably lost.
yeah, let's not do that. Sindri.
Yeah, like tie him on a rope or something. Just drag him along.
He looks at you all witheringly, but he's so covered in ghoul viscera that his expression is almost hidden. You
I'm
can
sick.
tell that he's not happy.
Don't forget that sick that he's also covered in.
Yes, and the vomit all down him.
It's all in good fun.
Mm-hmm. Can't use prestidigitation because it would mess with the ghoul deodorant. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, let's not stand here
He
talking
just
about
looks at
it.
you, shrugs, and goes, "I'm used to it. I try and do my best London accent. I'm used to it. Governor, I'm used to it, Gov."
Well, I suppose we're going to follow the road towards the mountain, right?
Yeah, that's enough banter. Let's get this done.
Yeah, we're wasting daylight. Let's go.
Onwards. Or do you just bash in, do you?
Well, it's a path, though, isn't
Yeah,
it?
we're following a road, aren't we?
Wonderful.
Can we bash in a fairly alert fashion?
In
Yes,
a fairly
you can.
quiet
In a
as possible
fairly
fashion.
alert fashion. In fact,
Stay alert,
what I'm gonna ask-
control the virus, avoid ghouls, etc.
Yeah, wash your hands, stay home, stay safe. What I am going to ask is, as you bash in, I'm going to ask for the order in which you bash in. Who is bashing first and who is bashing last?
Should we have one of the clerics at the front, one at the back?
I mean, it may
Yeah.
not make any difference. I'm just curious.
Well, I have a. I'm
I
very.
look at my dice.
I'm very passively perceptive, so I reckon I should probably go at the front if it's all the same to you guys.
Sounds like
That's the
That is
same with me.
absolutely fine with me. I'm quite
Mine-
happy to bash in the
mine's-
middle.
16, so I could go at the back. It's like that.
All right, I'll go first then. Come on, I'll make a
Torlek at the front.
forge a path.
And who's at the back?
Godfrey.
I think I'll go near the back as well.
Ian. Arwen is near the back. We'll put Sindri in the middle. And then who's right behind Torlek? Or are Leo and Jess walking side by side?
I'll be behind Sindri.
Yeah, I'll be behind Torlek then. Because while I am sensible, I'm also impatient.
Wonderful. Okay.
Oh god, I can hear dice being rolled.
You all take a breath, and steel yourselves, and set off into the Stranglethorns. The going is much easier following the old tracks. And it's not long before you notice stumps protruding from the ground, buckling the old iron rails. These look to be trees that have been felled, clearing the way along the track. And as you proceed along, you can see thickets of thorns and briar bushes have also been cut back and cleared away, And Torlek, you notice that there are signs of recent travel along the track as you're walking.
Okay.
After 25 minutes or so, you notice a group of trees to the right, covered in scorch marks, burnt ground beneath them, and what looks to be some sort of skeletal remains.
The signs of travel, does it look like there's been a lot of people through here, or?
Make an intelligence check.
Or just one woodcutter?
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking, yeah. Intelligence check, you say.
Oh.
6.
6. There's been some people through here. You're not able to tell how many. But as you look around, you can see there's been scraps of torn clothing ripped mercilessly from their owners, displayed proudly by the spiked branches of the dead trees, dotted about here and there. As you look at them, you can tell some of them are very old, some of them are a little bit newer. So there's definitely been somebody other than yourselves travelling up through here.
Right, well, when I notice the scorched trees, etc., I'm just gonna sort of indicate it to the rest of the party, like wordlessly, just sort of gesture, point.
Maybe someone just dropped their back on.
Quite possibly. Do you continue on?
Is there anything else around the skeletal remains, or is it just burnt skeleton? That's it.
Make an investigation check.
Natural 1.
Natural 1.
That's a skeleton, alright.
Yeah, as
Don't know
you-
what all.
I mean, are you sure?
skeleton, you hear a crunch
Yeah,
underneath your foot. You look down and you are standing in a rib cage.
Ugh.
And it kind of puts you off getting any closer. You've
After-
broken several of the ribs.
I just shake off.
Can I tell if it's a human or Goliath skeleton? Is it big?
You can tell this is a human-sized skeleton. It's a humanoid-sized skeleton. It's not Goliath big. It's sort of average height between 5 and 6 feet.
Do ghouls have basically a human skeleton, or are they transformers?
So, from what you've seen, they are warped and transformed, but they're still
it's not,
quite
it's not
humanoid.
ghoul,
Their,
it's definitely a human.
their arms and legs are elongated, but their torso remains quite human. Their skull changes as well.
Do you want to maybe say a couple of words, Godfrey, before we move on? For this poor soul.
Yeah, I can. I'll just do it. I'll do a short prayer over him. Say, go to the light. Do a bless.
Alright, if no one wants to do anything else, then I'll just keep moving down the path. There's nothing to be
Carry
done.
on.
Mhm.
I think he's a bit beyond our skills.
Possibly.
Come back in a few years when I've got raised dead or something.
So as you continue on, the gentle falling rain brings an almost peaceful white noise that accompanies your travel. You hear no further screams in the distance. It's actually very quiet, while the rain, the sounds of your own boots on the floor, your breathing. There's no other sounds. There's no wildlife, no birds. After about an hour passes following the tracks and the gentle incline, something catches your eye, Torlek, in the distance as you go to the front. Up ahead, maybe 150 feet away, tracks head in a straight line before making a sharp turn to the right. And on that sharp turn, you can see what looks to be an overturned, heavily rusted minecart.
Okay. Does it
With a figure standing motionlessly behind it.
Okay, on noticing the figure, I'm stopping straight away.
It's all good until the figure.
Yeah, it's just a
It's all fun and
minecart
games
until there
until
was a
there's a figure.
Yeah.
Standard shit.
What can I? What does this figure look like? What can I tell about it from where I am?
From where you are, you can see it looks to be between 6 and 7 feet tall and appears to be hooded.
Okay. I'll turn to the rest of the group and just quietly say, "There's somebody up there, but they're tall, so maybe it's Varn's kid. I don't know. Just watch yourselves." And then continue moving towards the figure.
Just
Is the figure on the path we're going?
figure.
Yeah, it's on the bend in the road.
Guess it's the only way to go.
Okay. As you move up the tracks towards the figure, your boots crunch quite loudly on some rotting twigs and branches, pebbles. It's quite a lot of noise. How far do you wish to advance?
Fairly close. I'll stop sort of 30 feet out if he doesn't react beforehand, and if I get to that distance, I'll sort of not necessarily call out because I don't want to make a massive racket, but just be like, "Hello."
As you get to 60 feet away, you've noticed this figure seems to be looking in the opposite direction, up towards where the tracks bend and go round to the right. It hasn't moved this entire time. What you can now see as you're getting closer, it seems to be wearing a dirty, faded green cloak.
Okay.
You're at 60 feet now.
Is there any particular organisation that wear green clothes or anything like that?
You can make a history check if you want.
You mean the green cloaks?
History. 8.
8. Quite common. You can't remember any particular group that is standing out would wear the green cloak as part of their livery.
Someone could just throw a rock off them.
This does not seem right. Like someone just standing out in the middle of the Stranglethorns like this.
Yeah, it's not exactly a tourist destination.
Just be careful, and I'll just sort of make sure I've got my mason shield ready, and like not aggressively posture, but just move up more cautiously to about sort of 30 foot. It's up to the rest of you if you want to come with me or stay back. Or
As you get to about 30 feet, the rain intensifies a little bit. Visibility is a little bit blurred as it's a dim and dismal day. But you're close enough now that you can see it has two long, thin, almost bone-pale arms that seem to be twisted and bent in an unnatural way. Next to it, resting against the tipped minecart, is a wicked-looking, but old and weathered sign.
Yeah, it's just death. Sorry.
okay. Okay. Although I have to speak to cast it, I'm going to cast Detect Evil and Good.
It's a good call.
Want to add any flair to it, or do you just want to cast it?
I'll just sort of with my shield on, just hold the holy symbol, and just say something akin to reveal or something like that, just under my breath, quietly as possible. So within 30 foot, I know if there's an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead, and where it is. And I also know if there's a place or object that's been magically consecrated or desecrated in that last 10 minutes.
So as you cast, you detect good and evil. You whisper the words "reveal" to yourself. Reach out with your magic, feeling your way towards this figure. You do not detect any fiends or undead or any malice at all. What you do detect is consecration.
Consecration? Okay. At
See,
that,
these friendly
my guard goes down a bit, and I'll sort of just not get any closer, but just give a hello.
You get immediately necromorphed.
As your words ring out, the first proper sound you as a party have made in some time, they seem to be muffled by the rain. A nervous heartbeat goes by. Get no response.
Let's just like edge around him until we can see his face.
Yeah, I think he's here to watch the path for ghouls. That's why he's looking up.
The trail you're on is about 30 feet wide. The minecart and the figure are smack bang in the middle of the rails. So there is 10 feet either side, if you wish to sidle round.
As well.
Can we keep the cart between him and us?
You can if you want to stay behind him.
Ah, right, the cart's behind him, got you.
Yeah, so he's standing in front of the like the cart's in the middle, and he's standing on the other side of it doors.
Yes, he's on the other side of the cart to you all.
Okay.
He is
See what he wants, I guess.
bony arms in the side leading up, but nothing with his lower body.
It's probably just a skeleton in a robe, and it's like a scarecrow.
We can't see his lower body at all.
No, it is hidden by the cart.
Alright. I'm gonna move up, maintaining the largest possible distance I can between me and him while still being on the path, and kind of skirt around to so the cart's on the other side of him, so I can see the front of him. And just as I start getting closer, just give him another hello. You know, just because I don't want him to have not heard because of the rain and think we're aggressive, because there's a gang of people advancing with weapons drawn. You know what I mean?
I'll come with you in case shit hits the fan so you're not by yourself.
Thanks, Jess.
I thought we were all
Have
good.
you... Oh.
Well, I'll stay at the back
Green.
if there's people still waiting.
Sindri will wait.
I'm
Two
chilling. Let them two go.
Okay, I guess I'm staying.
As the two of you step forward nervously, the hearts pounding in your chest with every step, sidle round as close to the stranglethorns on the side of the path as you dare venture, lest your clothes be ripped from you and your skin be scratched open. Sidle round, the side of the figure begins to be revealed. You look towards the figure's face as you take the final step, revealing a gleaming white skull, grinning, staring off into the distance with vacant eye sockets. Below, you can see its body is constructed of interwoven branches and twigs, with what looks to be discarded axe handles and long broken tools.
It is a
You
scarecrow.
recognize this, actually.
I mean, Not that scarecrows are particularly trustworthy in D&D either. Like.
True.
It's quite common throughout the Islands of the Moon. This is a Waygard totem. And it's one of the types of totem that can be used to create Noknitsa. Although this one seems to be missing the gemstone from its chest, there is a large, empty, cavernous hole in the middle of the Waygard totem, where you would usually find a precious gem. And it's within that gem that you would normally trap the soul of the deceased to create an Noknitsa. This one has had the gem taken.
What kind of gem is it usually?
You would know that that depends on the area, and if anyone actively is trying to create an Noknitsa, sometimes it can just be something precious to the town that is mined or found there. It could be the most precious gem the town has, or it could just be expensive piece of jewelry. Any sort of gemstone will work. But to create a Noknitsa, you'd need a gem that is congruent with soul binding, of which there are quite a few.
Alright, well, seeing it's just a totem, I'm going to kind of beckon to the rest of the guys, like, show through my body language that there isn't anything to be scared of and to just come up, you know?
Fair enough.
Is there any... I hesitate to ask on how I've been rolling, like, I was going to say, is there any tracks around the token? Like someone stealing the gem, perhaps?
Gonna have a survival check.
Fuck's sake! I'm not rolling this dice anymore. 4 plus... probably not much. Ooh, plus 4, so 8, but still not great.
With the constant rain of the Vlata Valley, it seems to have turned the ground beneath to mud. You can't see any recent tracks in the ground around it. You can see the tools, some chisels and old axe handles all seem to be quite old within it. And then we are close enough, the cloak seems to be very old as well.
Well, that was exciting.
Should we keep going?
So, don't think this guy's going to bother with much.
Alright, same marching order?
Carry on.
Yeah, let's do it.
Then let's go.
Unless you haven't mentioned that the mining cart is like full of treasure or something.
Well, the mining cart is empty. Okay, so as you continue on along the tracks, you take the right turn. And you see that the going seems to be getting a little rougher the further into the hills you're going. Though you're unmolested for the next hour of travel, as it nears 2.5 hours of travel in total, you hear a hauntingly familiar cry in the distance. It seems to be maybe 200 feet away up track. So as you look up the track, you can see that it winds its way further up the hill, and there is a sharp rise. The track seems to take a left turn at the top of that. Disappears behind it's obscured behind the decaying, grasping thorn trees.
Is it raining hard at the moment, or?
It's raining a little harder. It seems to have eased off from before.
How's our ghoul repellent doing in the rain?
Good question.
Actually, I forgot to say, I was gonna use like thaumaturgy to try and keep some of the rain off us. The only way for me.
We can put that in, that you've tried to do that. Though some of it has washed off, you are all still fairly well coated.
In that case, let's.
They cling to your clothes and your boots. But the tops of your heads, unless you've had a cloak up, your faces are starting to clean off a little bit. You're still well coated.
In that case, let's try and go slow and cautious and stealthily if possible.
Ah,
I mean,
wonderful.
I know there's a couple of us in
Armored
play.
gentlemen, please roll your stealth.
Yeah. Here we go with disadvantage.
Stealth checks for everybody else.
Oh, for fuck's sake. 8.
2.
I rolled a nat 20 on my second one. It's fucking disadvantage.
Well, neither of mine were great. I rolled a 12 and a 3, minus 1 both.
Leo, Jess, Arwen, I'll roll Sindri's.
Hey.
Ooh, I am stealthy.
You are very.
Oh.
I am
Oh,
not
no.
terrible.
The rain washes a particularly viscous part of the ghoul viscera into your open mouth, Arwen. You taste a foulness so above anything you've ever tasted before. It makes you gag and retch quite audibly.
Great.
You creep closer and closer. As you get to about 100 feet away, you hear the screech again. A bit louder this time. As you hear the second cry, you note something is different from the last time you heard the ghouls crying and screeching, chasing you, hounding your steps through the forest. Something different about this one.
What is different? Does it sound scary?
Why don't you make an insight check? Seeing as you asked the question.
Okay, this is the first time I've rolled above a 10. Well, I rolled a 10, so plus 5, I think. Plus 6, 16.
16. There's a weakness to it.
Oh, okay. Maybe ninja once.
Perhaps a hint of pain.
Yeah.
Good. Let's keep going.
Are you still creeping?
I think so.
Why not?
Creep along further. The rain dies off entirely. There's now just a light wind blowing in a southwesterly direction. As you crest the rise, you can see that the track bends to the left just ahead of you. Screech happens again. Much louder now. You can tell that it's just round the corner. Maybe 60 feet away.
I mean, we could all try and attack it at once from range, potentially kill it. Sounds like it's weakened.
Let's try.
Because when it's calling, there doesn't seem to be any response calls or anything. Right?
No.
So potentially it's by itself. Maybe there's nothing within range that'll summon.
Nice.
Or if it's just one, we could try and skirt it through the woods and come back to the path, but you've got potential to loosen it.
Let's find out what the situation is first.
As you
You're
make
gonna,
your
you're gonna army
decision,
crawl forward.
a low fog begins to roll in on the breeze. The temperature drops to an uncomfortable chill in the air. Within seconds, the visibility is down to 60 feet, and the fog is thickening.
This is gonna be our last chance to get it from range, I suppose.
Alright, everybody stay close, let's move up. And I'll just sort of move up to the corner so I can look around the thorns and see what the situation is.
Okay, as you move to the corner.
Do you want me to go? I'm better at seeing in fog, I think.
Hell yeah.
Wonderful.
Just because then I'm also gonna not lose sight of you guys, which seems sensible.
So Jess, as you poke your head out behind the thorns to look down the track, you see a figure low to the ground. Its movements are unnatural. Something about the way it is moving gives you pause. You can see limbs reaching out and clawing the ground, but the torso doesn't seem to be moving.
Oh no.
Just run over and curb stomp it.
I can't think of anyone in this party less well equipped to do that.
I was thinking about, if you were the one to look round, I was thinking about just putting a book in the middle of the path.
PTSD kicks in and she runs back to town.
I thought you were going to run directly towards it and fall into like a pit trap or something.
Guys, help!
It's just
I'm
a
in a
noose
hole.
with a book inside and you like put your foot straight in it. In neutral.
So what do you want to do, party? As you watch it some more, you can see the limbs reaching out again, clawing the ground.
Hey.
Straining, but it doesn't, torso doesn't seem to move anywhere. You can now hear
I can probably shoot at it if I can see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna sort of make a wavy over here, guys, sort of gesture, which I don't know what I'm doing in real life because you can't see us. And yeah, and ready my crossbow.
Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't look like it's able to move, Sacred Flame would probably hit it. From 60 feet. But maybe we should just go and see what it's doing, if it's like pinned there.
Yeah, if it's pinned
I mean,
there, I want to know
Does it look
why
like it's
pinned
actually pinned, or more like it's kind of having a little rummage?
Make an intelligence check.
Ooh, okay.
Oh,
Oh, 23. Okay, so as
I've
you,
peaked, I'll sign off now.
as you concentrate on the scene before you and put fear to the back of your mind, use rational thought, watch this figure clawing at the ground. You can see that there seems to be some sort of rigid pull sticking maybe 6 to 8 inches out of where you assume the middle of the torso is. It doesn't move as the ghoul claws at the ground. You gain insight, and maybe someone has speared this thing to the floor and it can't move.
Was it
Okay,
a fight though, or was it part of a trap?
So I'm gonna go back to everyone else and relay that. Just be like, so. I mean, it's possible it's a trap, but
Maybe it's
what
just like
happened to
Shaun of
whoever
the Dead
speared it
and
there?
I fell on the washing pole. I mean, well, that's the way we've got to go.
Relay it.
Okay, let's. I suggest we all move up.
Screams again.
Just burn its head off.
Yeah, let's kill the thing, and as we move up, we should make sure that, in case it is some sort of trap, we don't fall into it.
Yeah, but let's take care of it before its friend arrives to see if it's alright.
Exactly.
In which order do you approach the pinned ghoul?
Are we approaching it, or are we killing it from the distance and then approaching?
I think distance is probably the best idea here.
Yeah.
Not getting close sounds good.
Yeah. Well, I can get it from 60. I think that's how far we are, right?
So can
Yeah.
I.
That's also as far as we can see, so.
Let's all attack it together.
Okay.
Just put it
What
out.
Three
do we
guys.
put on 3?
Yeah.
Do we go on 3 or do we go on go, or what's going to happen here?
We go on 3. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Everyone.
Stick a
attack.
flame!
Okay. So, off you go. Everyone just roll your attacks.
It's a dex save for you.
Yeah.
Presumably, or it maybe just auto fails because it's pinned.
Yep.
What's the damage?
Everybody else?
Yeah,
I have nothing up for it,
I do.
apart from insult. Nothing.
16. And
Ooh! 8 damage. 8 radiant damage.
And 7 radiant damage from me.
Nice.
Nice work.
Okay. So is it just the
Yes,
two of
it's
you and Arwen letting fly?
Oh no.
No!
I mean, I did, it just wasn't worth mentioning because I rolled a 4.
5 damage, but I've got like my aim is on point.
So as you step out, 4 of you step around the corner and unleash sacred flames and arrows that fly towards the pinned ghoul. The point where you would expect them to impact, there is a barrier. Everything dissipates against it.
Ah! A trap.
Yeah. Well,
As it
best
does.
I didn't know now.
You can see the head and the arms sort of claw their way around towards you and starts to reach out. As it does, Jess, you can get a better look at it. As you concentrate on the face, you can see there is a hilt of a knife sticking from the side of the head of this. You see similar hilts sticking out of other points on it as well. There's one in the shoulder, there's several in the back. There seems to be one in each arm. Looks to be several small blades that are sticking out of the skull.
It's a hell of a day, like.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a ritual or something. It seems.
Keeping
Like
it
I
in
was about
place.
to say, is there any like kind of order to where they're placed, or is it?
Yeah.
You don't think so? These look to be quite random. You are still quite far away though.
So you just been like prison shanked.
Don't get closer.
We
And
can't
we've
stand
gotta go
here
that
in the
way.
rain all day. Can we ascertain if the? I assume the barrier around it was some sort of magical defense, right? Where it just hit.
Yes, it
Something
looked definitely
ethereal.
looked magical.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is it 2-way or 1-way?
I don't know. Let's find out. Gonna get my shield up and move up to 30 feet away, being very careful where I put my feet.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm coming
Let
too
us know.
because I've got a stick I can poke it with.
Investigation check as you move forward.
Oh, you're gonna hit
Investigation.
the air gun. Wait.
Mate, I have a +9 to investigation. 19!
Plus
Boom.
9.
Yeah,
That's
boy.
insane.
Observant feat for the win.
Oh,
Flip
touche.
back and forward from the ghoul on the floor to the floor in front of you. You see no traps in your path. As you get to 30 feet away, you can see now what it is that is pinning the ghoul to the floor. Its bottom half is caught in a nasty, heavily rusted, large bear trap. And the shaft of a broken spear juts from its chest, pinning it to the ground. You can get a good look now at the hilts of several daggers and small blades that protrude from its torso. You can guess quite easily by the weathering on their handles, the rust on the bear trap. This ghoul has been here a very long time.
How is it not dead by now? Okay.
It's not
Yeah.
like a really small hallowed
done,
ground
Mike.
thing, is it? Somehow. But then how
I
would
just
people
don't understand how someone's clearly gone to a lot of trouble to keep it here.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to advance a little bit closer and I'm going to get my mace out in front of me so I can try and find out where this force wall protecting it is. I'm going to advance to sort of roughly where it is and kind of swish in the air. You know, I don't want to walk into a rune or anything, but at the same time...
Okay, so we'll use your previous investigation check. As you walk towards the ghoul on the floor, you can, as you get closer and closer, you can see it seems to have something carved into its forehead. There's definitely some sort of rune on its forehead.
Do I recognize the rune?
You do. It is an altered form of shield. The spell shield.
What the fuck? Okay, I'm going to relay this information to the group and kind of keep my distance because something fucky is going on here.
I mean, I'll go up and join them, I suppose.
As the ghoul reaches out towards you, it shifts ever so slightly. You can see just behind it, that was obscured by its body, there seems to be some sort of upright, small, flat stone.
Jess, you're the magic expert. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, I want to go look at it.
Okay,
She tries to kill us all.
as you step forward, the fog thickening and thickening with each second. The ghoul follows your movements with its head, grasping, reaching for you. Manage to stay out of its reach and step around to the side. You can see the small, upright, flat stone. On it, you can see the words, "I keep them away," carved into it.
I think we want to leave this here. I think there's
Yeah,
a reason
I'm
this
not
is
sure
the
there's
first
anything
school
we
we've
could-
run into.
What?
And I think whatever someone's done with this is, like,
In our favour.
yeah.
I mean, okay, but what is a ghoul keeping away? That's what I want to
Oh,
know.
that
Yeah, I think it's keeping other ghouls away. Because normally they converge on each other. This one's been here quite clearly. How long? Years, maybe?
I
Make an
suppose.
intelligence check.
Okay, I know what a year is.
You do. one of the blades in it is incredibly rusted. One of the blades looks fairly new.
So someone's been renewing this.
From my experience, do I know if ghouls are social creatures or not? Because like that, it seems weird that a ghoul would keep away other ghouls, especially when we saw so many after Sindri. So
I think it's been appropriated to keep them away
Yeah.
rather than.
Yeah, is it not like part of a spell? Maybe that's
Yeah.
yeah, that makes more sense. All right,
like to have that as the ingredient to say, get rid of these things. Maybe.
Yeah,
that
the
makes
ghoul is the
sense.
secret sauce.
Yeah,
The ghoul
exactly.
is the secret source. Okay, I'm down with leaving it if you guys
Still
are. Then
pretty grim fate for that ghoul, but I'm not sure there's much we can do about it.
it's a
Can't
ghoul. It
tag it.
deserves it.
Does everything?
When we worry about the fate of
Do
ghouls,
ghouls create ghouls, or do they come from people?
Ghouls are usually created from mortals.
Yeah.
They do not reproduce.
I was going to say, what's Sindri doing right now? Because he was the closest to finding out.
Feral ghouls, in their nature, are wild, but hunt in packs. Though, from what you've seen, when one is injured in the pack, it either sends the ghouls one of two ways: into a frenzy, into whatever is attacking them, or retreating back into the darkness.
It was more that I was just thinking it probably doesn't deserve it, and I'm not really happy about it. But I don't know enough about it to like decide to stop it. So I think we should just leave it and move on.
alright, Heta.
It's a ghoul. It's a servant of darkness, and all things
Yeah,
of
it is
that
now,
nature
but it was
deserve
once a
what they
person.
get. Yeah, it's not anymore. Let's leave it and go.
A very,
Yeah.
I'm sure you'd like
very
the same
long
thing. to
time
be
ago
forever.
looking at this people.
Keep crunching down the path, guys.
Keep crunching.
Alright,
Yeah,
we're
let's
fooling around.
Keep crunching. After about another half an hour travel, the fog is so thick and encompassing you can only see about 20 feet. Well, most of you, that is. And for those of you that can only see 20 feet, which is everyone except Jess, I will need survival checks from you, please. So you can continue to find your way in the fog.
Fighting on arrival.
13 for Torlek.
Speaking of, do we want to switch the order up a bit so I'm in front?
15 for
Yes.
Godfrey.
Because I'm less likely to follow my ass. No, I've said that. I'm going to roll a 1 next time I've got to do something.
Yay!
You can always put that on the list.
Okay. Arwen, what's your survival check? 8 plus
What do I need to add on to that one? Is it my
survival, whatever you've got written next to you, survival.
Oh, 8 plus 3, 11.
11. And Leo, you were 6.
That's right.
And what is the order you were walking in?
I'm near the bar.
I was doing the back as well. Oh, look, I can move up. Sorry.
I'll allow us to bring it up the rear.
Me and Jess are at the front, but Jess is taking the lead now.
So I'll probably stepping over them as they like fall into the mud.
Bring the rear.
The going is much slower now, as your way is obscured by the fog, but you're still making progress. You can still see the remnants of the old mine cart tracks beneath your feet as you continue on. Another hour goes by of travel before you hear the first signs that you're not alone. Maybe 70, 80 feet behind you, Godfrey, in the trees, you hear that scream. The rest of you do as well. do you do?
I mean, if they're behind, we're already heading away from them.
Do you continue, slow, sneaky?
Or we could stop and hope that they pass by. But we've already taken quite a bit of time to get here.
Mm. Also, we're smack in the middle of the path.
Yeah, it's not very hidden.
I vote we keep moving.
Yeah, carry on.
Mm.
I'll
Okay,
keep
well,
turning back
Yeah.
to make sure I'm keeping an eye on the.
Yeah,
Fine.
whoever's at the back, keep your eyes open.
you continue on, listening for the sounds. Pursuit. Godfrey, as you turn to look behind you, you look back. Something seems to be wrong with the marching order.
Oh Christ!
Arwen, make a perception check for me, please.
Yeah.
Leo,
Oh,
make a perception check for me, please.
my perception is +3, 7.
Moment, please.
Is someone missing on the line?
Has it?
I mean, if I turn around and I'm walking in a line of ghouls and everyone else is fucked up, I'll be annoyed.
I swear to God, if Sindri isn't here,
It's just the really quiet
so
ghoul where
fucking
Sindri
annoyed.
was.
It's like that's like a Scooby-Doo thing to happen.
Arwen and Leo, as you turn towards the scream and turn back round with Godfrey, you do indeed notice that Sindri Wild One there is no longer on the track between you all.
Fuck's sake.
Fuck that guy!
God damn it.
So somebody asked her where he was.
Really should have tied him on with a rope.
You hear a low,
You should have
guttural
left him with that
growl.
ghoul to babysit him.
Maybe 50 feet off to the right. A yelp, and then the sound of twigs snapping. A scuffle, another yelp, and then the sound of heavy twigs snapping, heading off to the north.
Stupid bastards from the wrong direction.
Shit.
As you stand there, contemplating, you hear several cries. And more twigs, footfalls, heading in hot pursuit to the north.
We've got to get after him, guys. Can't just leave him.
Yeah, well, we've got to make sure we stay together though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huddle up.
We're gonna all hold hands or something. Run in a big line. It's definitely run into a tree and just get all down.
Clothesline.
Plus like all the ghouls at once.
Yeah.
Instant victory.
Alright, we can't hold a rope or anything between us, but we can do this. I'm going to take out my little wooden token, the Sender's Heart, and activate it. So a couple of phosphorescent spores materialize around me, and they shed bright light in 10 feet and dim light in 30 feet for an hour, and they follow me. So
Oh, nice.
if we all keep an eye on the lights,
Mhm.
then yes, we're less stealthy, but we're not going to get separated. And then I'm going to follow Jess because she can fucking see. Let's go after him.
Alright, let's get after him again.
Wonderful.
Let's do it.
So you,
And then if the ghouls
Leave.
have failed to kill him, we'll just beat him to death.
the fog above Torlek's head, glowing with this beautiful phosphorescent glow. Head off into the stranglethorns. Grasping branches tug at your clothes, snarl up your cloaks. You can see maybe 20 feet off the path. There's a small square of ripped fabric hanging on one of the thorns. You see no tracks on the floor though. quite muddy. There's a lot of debris. I feel it would take some closer investigation to work out exactly where he's gone, or you could just head roughly north.
Can we still hear them?
No.
No. Okay. Torlek, your show for the investigation.
Are we sure it's not going to be someone who's better at tracking than me, or am I just investigating this, guys?
I can track, I guess.
DM, can we ask if this is investigation or survival or nature or what? Like,
This will be survival to pick up tracks.
in that case, not me.
Yeah, I've got like +3 on that. So. Unless someone's got anything better.
I've got +4, but I roll like shit recently.
Looks like it's Arwen's show then.
Okay, well if I roll a 1 now, but okay. Oh, fuck's sake.
It's just his fate to be eaten by ghouls, it's fine.
7.
7. So you study the ground in front of you, looking for where the strip of fabric is. You can see several paths leading to the north. You're not sure whose tracks are whose, and all are leading ever so slightly in different directions, but all lead roughly northwards.
I mean, that's the direction we heard them running, I guess.
You can't tell which tracks are his, though.
Does it matter if we're following his or the ones that are trying to eat him?
Exactly.
Let's get after them.
Indeed.
Okay.
No attempt to be quiet, because I've
Probably
got a glimmering
haste.
light over my head.
Interesting. Okay, so you head off through the briars and thorns, following as best you can the tracks that were left. To your right, maybe 60 feet, you hear a scream. To your left, maybe 40 feet away, you hear another scream.
Great.
You continue on with your flashing, glowing lights above your head. Behind you to the left, you hear another scream. You hear sticks and twigs snapping, feet thumping the wet ground coming towards you. As you stop and look around, Leo, you lose your footing. There's a small bank behind you. You tumble down it. Luckily for you, you don't hit any trees. Their deadly thorns sticking out whiz past your head as you tumble down a small embankment and land in a wet patch of mud at the bottom with a squelch. You've fallen maybe 40 feet down an embankment. Though because it is raining, you take no bludgeoning damage.
So he's out of sight for all of us now, though, right? Do anyone notice that he's fell, or?
I'm sure I'd make a noise if I was falling.
Exactly. So I was waiting for you to describe what it is it would sound like as you fell.
Okay. This is going
Screams sound all around you now. Leo, there's several that are very close to you. You can hear the prowling and growling and noses testing the air for your scent. As you lie there at the bottom of the hill, catching your breath, you see a hunched form move maybe 15 feet through the brush ahead of you. Stops, turns towards you. continues moving. The rest of you can hear feet pounding towards you. You've also heard your compatriot Leo fall down the embankment behind you. What do you do? You feel you have scant seconds before these creatures burst out of the trees surrounding you and are upon you. You assume that it's going to burst out on all of you.
Okay.
The footsteps that you can hear loudest are heading towards your group.
Defensive positions. Got it.
Regroup
Is
on
any
Leo
cover?
if we can.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I might be
so
alright, lad.
Leo into the woods now.
Leo has fallen 40 feet down an embankment behind you and is a bit further on into the woods. Yeah.
I mean, at least there'd be some like tree cover and stuff down there.
Yeah, man,
You
might
are
be
also
alright.
all in the woods. You've left the
Oh
path.
yeah, you have. I forgot what. It's 'cause I'm still looking at the picture of the path. High ground's
Maybe
better to fight
great.
from.
Now, seeing how Sindri did by himself, you have concern for Leo's safety bound down there. I would suggest, possibly.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to have a great time.
You all now have 10 seconds to tell me exactly what it is you're going to do.
Which direction are most of the ghouls coming from? Because
All
I'm going
around
to
you.
chuck an... Okay, I'm going to chuck an ice knife 30 foot in front of us.
Okay.
Okay. Rest of you?
Well, I'm not doing much at the moment. I guess I'm picking myself up. I don't want to say dusting myself off because, you know, that mud's probably quite good in the grand scheme of things.
Okay, right, let's roll for Jess's ice knife. 30 feet in front of you.
I'll cast Bless on who's left up here.
Torlek, yourself, Jess, and Arwen.
I'll cast it on them. Not on me.
Thank you, sir. I'm gonna step in front of Jess and Arwen if I can. So, like, she's lobbed an ice knife towards one direction. I'm gonna step between the approaching ghouls and them from the other direction.
Okay. So, with that, you aimed 30 feet in front of you. There is a loud scream in your right ear as you let fly with the ice knife, and with the 7, unfortunately, it lands 5 feet in front of you and explodes.
Oh, fuck.
Dexterity saving throws off all of you, please.
I'm sorry,
well,
everyone.
Everyone else has a. You can add a D4 to save and throw since you're blessed.
Oh, you lad.
I got a 6 though.
D20.
Should I do a saving throw?
Dexterity saving throw off you, please.
Oh,
Arwen.
sorry, I couldn't follow. And then, okay. For fuck's sake. And then I got
Okay, this
the...
is going great.
From the...
I don't think it matters, Arwen. Not with a 2.
And you
rolled
could
that.
roll a 4
Oh,
on your
no.
D4.
Everyone, I'm sorry.
I got a critical 1.
I guess I'm not rolling this, am I?
We're not rolling this, Leon.
You're the only one who's going to survive.
9 damage.
Ow.
Ow.
Yeah.
9.
Do I take
the ice
half
knife
for passing my
explode?
dex, or...?
Yeah,
I don't
you
know why I'm
would.
asking this. I should know how my thing works.
Yeah, yeah. If you save, you take off. The ice knife explodes in front of you all. Bright blue shards of ice fly off. You hear as a ghoul is skewered as it leaps from the brush by an icy knife splinter. Is knocked backwards. The rest of them pepper your friends before ghouls jump out of the trees onto them. So, Arwen, Leo, not Leo, Arwen, Torlek, Godfrey. I'm going to need some strength saving throws, if you please.
Four. So 16 for Godfrey.
Oh my god. Hang on, don't forget you're blessed as well.
Yeah, everyone, you can add a D4.
Oh!
6 for Torlek.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, I rolled 2 crits
Bullshit.
and a 3. So you are all knocked by the ghouls to the floor. You tumble. There is gnashing teeth and shredding claws, scarily close to your face as you fall in a heap and begin to slide down the slope towards Leo. I need from the 3 of you. This is going to be athletics checks now, please.
10 for Godfrey.
10. That's good.
19.
That's good.
8 for Torlek.
Torlek. So, Arwen and Godfrey, as you tumble down the slope, you manage to get your arms and legs underneath the ghoul, throw them from you. Godfrey, you hear a sickening squelch and as the ghoul is thrown against one of the thorny trees and is skewered there. Arwen, yours strikes a stump and flies off into the mist. You hear and a tumble, and the scratching of feet. Torlek, you continue to wrestle with the ghoul atop you until you hit the bottom of the slope, where you are joined by your 2 compatriots. Leo, 3 of your friends end up in a heap at your feet. One of them has a ghoul perilously close, trying to bite out his throat. I'll give you 1 action, and then we will all go into initiative.
Alright, no, and try and hit it with a, try and stab at it, I guess. Yeah, it's not rapier. Yeah, that's, oh, no, I'm rolling the wrong side. Plus, I don't know, on this one. Sorry, I'm on like 2. So this will be, plus, 11.
11.
The disadvantage, right?
Why you want
You have advantage because it is. I'll give you advantage because it is technically on the floor.
It's in combat with somebody else.
I'll hold him, you stab him.
Yay! That was better. 19 with that one.
Nice.
To hit.
Outstanding. You hit.
1d8 plus 2 on a rapier. Oh well. 4.
I'm rolling bad.
4 damage.
I think we're gonna die.
4 damage. Hey, it's better than nothing.
Better than 9 damage friendly fire ice, mate.
Alright, I'll do your laundry for a month. Chill your beans.
we won't have any laundry, though. We're gonna be dead soon.
Okay, right. Let's
Oh,
have.
if he's winning this deal, then.
Never have to pay up if I'm dead.
7 for Torlek.
What's this initiative?
Yeah.
In fact, no, it's 6 for Torlek. Sorry, 6.
12 for Godfrey.
I could have done with rolling that 1 last time, but
6 for Torlek. Well for Godfrey.
I think this is the best initiative I've rolled so far.
How much was it for you, Leo?
17.
17 for Leo.
Oh wait, no, it's 16 for me.
16 for Arwen. Jess?
2.
Okay, so first things first, the ghoul that Godfrey skewered to the tree is going to attempt to break free. It stays on the tree. The ghoul that Arwen threw off is now going to try and locate one of you. It does not. It runs over to here to his fallen companion. The one that is stuck between Torlek and Leoquinor is going to have a pop at Leoquinor with a 16 to hit with its claws.
Cool, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is 5. Oh no, I do apologize. I rolled the wrong dice.
Yeah.
It's worst.
That is 5 slashing damage. Rolled the same on the other die.
It's fate.
5 slashing damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw of you, please, Leoquinor.
Oh, that's neat fun.
Yeah, and you don't have bless. How do we change? Hey.
14.
Oh.
14. You feel that familiar burn of the ghoul poison in your blood, but since you've suffered it before, you managed to shake off the effects.
Yay.
Okay. Leo, you are up next.
Alright, can I try and stab that ghoul?
Stab that bitch, you have advantage.
Stab that ghoul. Okay, here we go. More roll, please. So... I'll take the 16, please, Bob.
16. That is a
Yep.
hit.
Yeah. 3 damage. Yeah.
Nice. Nice damage. Nice damage. It's looking pretty hurt. You've stabbed it in the back twice now. As your rapier finds deep in its flesh, you hear a small pop as you snap one of its ribs.
Get it in.
Okay. Anything else from you, Leo?
No, that's it, man.
Right, Arwen, you're on deck. Godfrey, you're up next.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll shoot the ghoul between the Oppenor and... I'm sorry,
You're
my
gonna be
name's like...
disadvantage, though, because you're in close combat with it.
Oh, I'm too close to shoot it, am I?
Too close. You can still shoot, but you'll be at disadvantage.
Okay, hold on. I have, I do have a short sword. So
Yeah,
I'll
use
have
that.
it.
Yeah,
Oh,
with that you will
okay.
get advantage because Godfrey's
Right.
flanking the school with you.
Okay. So...
What a fortuitous setup for combat.
Ooh. Oh, for fuck's sake, but my sword...
You got advantage
is,
though.
Yep, roll again. Bit of this one.
Oh shit!
Hey!
But you also get added D4, but you don't need one.
Okay. I'm not used my sword before, sorry.
Max
Oh.
damage.
I'll do-
I'm
What?
imagining
First-
you actually saying that. I've never used this sword before. Ah! Stab, stab,
My
stab.
dexterity is,
If any more to
2.
find. Alright. 8.
8 damage.
Yep.
So as you hear Arwen go, I've never used this sword before, the ghoul goes, "Ah!" and she just swings and takes the top of its head clean off. slices through the skull right between the mouth and the eyes, opens it like a coconut, and it drops to the floor in a heap.
What, on top of me?
Not quite. It slops off.
Worth it. That was incredible.
You are prone at the moment. That one is dead. Anything else? Oh,
I don't think I can see far enough away to do much else. The other one, to be honest. I'm good.
No, you all currently have 20 feet visibility. Four squares.
Yeah, no, that's no good. I'll stay where I am. It's not good now.
Good. Give you a little bit more visibility that way. There we go. So you can see there. And you all need a little bit more visibility down here. There we go. That's a bit better. Right, Godfrey Goodspeed, you're up next.
I'll cast Sacred Flame on the Restrained Group.
The restrained ghoul, this boy over here.
Yep.
Right, well, he automatically fails his dex saving throw. You like doing that, don't you, to my ghouls?
I do. But it's only 2 damage.
Oh! So your Sacred
Less
Flame
radiant is more. I don't think it does.
catches against it. Oop, no, I took way too much damage off that.
That's okay.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
It goes against his chest. When it goes up, it's of pain. Why am I making ghoul noises? I have the ghoul scream here. It's in pain as your Sacred Flame bursts against its flesh and burns with a furious brightness in the fire, in the clouds, in the fog. That did seem to do more damage than you. Actually, no, it does the same amount of damage that you saw it do last time, and that it is pretty effective.
Yep, that's the end of my turn.
Godfrey, that's it. Torlek, you're up next, sir. You are prone.
Okay, do I know where Jess is? Can I see? Because I can't see that far, but do I know that I
you
can
know
see her here?
you fell up from up here somewhere.
Right. Okay.
The bank. So with the incline up here is about 40 feet away.
Okay. Well, I use half my movement to stand up. And thanks, Arwen, as I do. And then I'm going to follow suit and Sacred Flame the Restrained Ghoul. So I assume that automatically fails as well.
Yep, it's an auto hit.
Which is going to be 3 radiant damage.
Wow.
And then for my bonus action, I'm not feeling good, so I'm going to healing word myself.
Good shout. What do you say to yourself?
Have a word with yourself.
Just renovate. D4 plus 3, 6 hit points for me.
So as you renovate yourself, you see your Sacred Flame burst against the ghoul, still pinned to the tree. It lets out another torturous scream as it burns. It's looking very bad now. It's gone all black and crumbly, but it's still alive. There's nothing left from you, Torlek.
No.
Yes, you are on deck with your mighty team.
I'm gonna pop myself down here, and then these 2 guys here should be in a nice distance for some burning hands.
Oh, yes.
Itty bitty dexterity check for me, please. Just a tiddly dexterity check.
Just a tiny one.
Just a tiddly dexterity check.
It's so small I get advantage.
Not quite. Just a little one though.
Shy band.
Oh, you're fine.
She's
You're
back in the
fine.
game.
You're fine. The slippery mud of the slope doesn't even faze you.
Now compared to boats, man.
Exactly. Mud.
Right.
I've stepped in worse than mud.
I've been friends with Sindri for weeks, of course I have.
Oh, no.
So-
one was getting you guys into jams.
So the two of those will make a dex save.
One of them will not. The other one will try.
Ooh.
And I'm assuming a 7 fails.
Yes, it does. Right, so I need to
No,
do
brilliant.
3d6.
Yeah, this is gonna be pretty nice.
Ooh! Well, the one stuck against the tree turns to ash with a scream that is cut short. Crumbles where it stands. The other one gives out the tortured screech as it goes up in flames. Its skin blackens and boils. It still stands there looking very angry at you now, though. Turns in your direction. Sees you. And it is now Zatgul's turn. But what
Okay.
happens first is crashing out of the underbrush.
So it's gonna be Sindri.
Two
At least
more
he's got some
ghouls.
like light and stuff to run towards now.
Well, yeah, we've made it very easy for him to find us, haven't we? There's the upside of this whole adventure.
And all sorts of shit going on.
Charges in. He's gonna have to make. Oh, he doesn't charge in. He gets fucking restrained in the bush. What a dick. He rolled a natural 1.
Are these like thorn bushes then if you try and move through them you get like captured?
Half movement speed, but if you try and charge through them, it's a dexterity save. If you fail, you get restrained, yes. This one was immolated. And this one is going to launch himself at you. Lash out with... you look quite tasty. You look quite tasty, so he's going to try and bite your ass. With a 20, a dirty 20. Oh my word. Ah, it's only 3 piercing damage though, as the teeth sink into your thigh. And it hurts. Okay, the one that's charged behind Leoconor is going to make an attack with his claws. With a 15 to hit, Leoconor.
Yes, that hits.
This time it's only 3 slashing damage.
Only 3.
Only 3, sir.
Well, that's a lot of 3.
But also a constitution saving throw again.
Oh.
It's the claws that are more dangerous.
They are. Only remember that the bites do leave wounds that fester nastily.
That's gonna be a 1, mate. 31 though.
A dirty 1.
2 minus 1.
You're up next. You are paralyzed, but you can repeat the constitution saving throw to see if you can be unparalyzed as your goal.
Cheers. Alright, let's roll that again, Sam. 5.
5. Not quite, mate. You need to beat a 10. Middle of the
Still
road.
paralyzed.
Still paralyzed, boyo. Sorry, mate.
No worries. He's
Next
still
on the
alive.
list is Arwen.
Right. I'll get them too close to him still. I'll stab the ghoul that's like hovering over the afternoon.
Good. You take a mighty swing with your short sword as the ghoul leers back with its mouth open, about to rip Leo's neck out. Roll an attack.
Nice.
Oh, yes!
18.
Let's have some damage from you, please.
Okay. and I got.
No, it was the D6.
Oh shit! Sorry, I rolled the wrong thing. Hold on.
I was going to say, what type of hand you using, girl? Here we go.
2 and my damage on the sword is 4, so 6.
Okay.
Wonderful. So as it leers back with its teeth, you swing out with the sword. You connect with its bottom jaw, sever its gums, and most of its teeth go flying off.
Hey.
Blood and ichor start to gush and gush out of its mouth, and it lolls its tongue out like that one person from a Japanese movie that gets their jaw ripped off. Looking like, from that, you assume that its bite attack is now completely out of action. Well done.
Fuck off, chompy gummer.
Chompy gummy, you Biley Aquanor, scant seconds more of breath and life. Anything else from you, Arwen?
Hold on. I kind of want to try to do a quick shot on one of the ghouls behind me, but I feel like I might just provoke him into coming over.
That would be a disadvantage and -5, so by all means give it a shot.
I won't. Let's not draw attention to him. Let's leave him stay over there for a bit. Stay with him.
Okay,
I'm gonna
cool.
try to fix-
Godfrey!
Okay. We're gonna
Blessed
go behind that one.
be Godfrey!
And smash him with the mace. So 40.
Moving expertly, your combat reflexes kicking in, you find an opportunity to get in behind the ghoul as it turns to see who's just severed its jaw.
6 damage with the mace.
It doesn't see your swing come flying in from behind. You connect with its rib cage and hear several of the ribs smash under the weight of your swing. And a gout of blood shoots out of its throat and out of its mouth onto the floor as you mince some of its insides.
Okay.
Standing. Good hit, sir. Good hit. Anything else?
I've rolled a 2 for every damage dice so far today. Disappointing.
Consistent. Anything else, Godfrey? Or...
Nope, that's it.
Torlek, you're on deck, sir. Jess, you're up next.
Okay. Well, I know Jess is over there now because I've just seen a spurt of fire, and I know she's on her own, so I'm going to head that way to try and help her.
And see the ghoul.
I
From where
can
you
see
are.
the ghoul.
You can see the ghoul. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see shapes moving in the fog. You can't quite see the ghoul.
Yeah, so I'm
I
going
mean, it is on fire.
How would you be able to see the ghoul?
I'm gonna go in that direction anyway. So it's half movement speed through the bushes, yeah?
You can move. You can move through this square and this square fine.
Right.
When you get to here, this will be half movements. That'll cost you 10 feet to get to this square,
Yeah.
and then you are fine to move here as well. That's fine movement.
So I can get up behind him.
You can get there, yes.
Right. So I'm gonna run in Jess's general direction then, and then as it becomes apparent that there's a ghoul in front of me, I'm gonna run up behind him and smash his fucking head in.
Smash his back in. Let's have a roll with advantage, sir.
Thank you. And I am still blessed, I assume. So
Yeah.
11, 12, 13, 14, 16.
Okay, and again, sir.
Oh yeah, advantage.
Just in case you crit.
I did not crit, but I got even more.
Just hit even better. Right, yes, that connects. As you run over, you can see the ghoul is hassling Jess, swiping out with its claws. She's managing to deftly dodge the blows, but it's looking as if, without your intervention, she's going to be overwhelmed. You run in and connect with your mate. Oh, massive blow.
It's just 6.
Oh.
Just 6. You catch it in the hip and you hear the loud crunch of bone. You can see its right leg seems to have gone almost limp, and it's screams in pain as your mace connects with it. stops its attack mid-range. Jess, you have scant seconds now. Breathing room to think. What are you going to do?
Okay, I'm very mindful that you're right there, so I'm going to do a magic missile, so we don't have a repeat of before.
This thing looks pretty fucking hurt. Are you gonna spraff all three in its chest, or are you gonna split them up?
I don't think I can see any of the other ghouls.
Yes, you can.
Can I see this one?
What is your? I think you've got good sight in fog, haven't you?
Yeah, 35. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
7 squares.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna put. Ooh. I'm gonna put 1 in this guy.
Yeah.
2 in this guy to be safe, because he's right there and it's him next. And then I'll snap 1 over here.
Spraff one over there. Let's have some D4s plus 1s off you. So do the 2 into the guy's chest in front of you. 2d4 plus 2.
Oh, plus 2. Oh, that does all 4 damage.
It's
I'm glad
enough.
I did 2 now.
It is enough. There's 2 bright coloured bolts. What colour is your magic missile?
Turquoise.
2 turquoise bolts come flying out of you, just boom, boom, hit this thing in the chest. It recoils again. Feels as if it's about to fall back on Torlek. It turns to try and claw his face on its way down, but it loses all power and just drops dead at his feet. And your third missile towards the restrained ghoul stuck in the bush.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Good.
A 1 on every
The
dice.
turquoise bolt flies off through the thorny bushes, striking several limbs on the way. It gets smaller and smaller before finally crashing into the chest of the ghoul with a... There's a very small trickle of blood running down its horribly deformed torso.
I thought it was small, I didn't realise it was so far away.
There we go. And it's now the ghouls to act. So the first thing that's going to happen is that one is going to try and break free. It does so. Then it's going to be because it is stupid. It's okay. It manages to charge through the bushes and leap at Arwen.
If it got stuck in the bush again, that would be pretty good.
No. Second thing that happens though. 2 more are drawn by the screams and shouts and fiery bursts. So they are a bit too far away to engage in combat. They have dashed. Okay, so Arwen, gonna have a claw attack coming at you. Oh shit, you rolled a 17, that's a 19 to hit. 5 slashing damage, and I need a DC 10 Constitution saving throw of you, please, to resist the poisonous detritus and fetid juices on the feral ghoul's paws.
So after D10 roll, yeah?
D20. Plus your Constitution modifier, and you must try and get above a 10 or suffer the same fate as the opposite. Wait! Doesn't matter. Unless you have a minus.
What's my constitution? Oh yeah, plus 1, 11.
11. You managed to fight through the burn of the ghoul's hepatitis B on its claws and stay standing on your feet. The next feral ghoul is going to lash out at Godfrey with his claws. That's going to be a 17 to hit. I don't think that quite does it, Godfrey?
Nope.
No. It just claws down the front of your armor, not managing to find purchase. Alright, okay, Leo, you're up again. Let's have a Constitution saving throw, please, sir. Shake off that effect, mate.
Please.
Yay! With a nat 20, I am going to let you make an attack as well, sir.
Yes.
Because I'm just attacking again.
What a guy. What a guy. Alright, so gonna be.
Essentially, what happened there is you shake it off, and it's kind of like Popeye eating his spinach. Blah.
40.
Oh, that hits true.
Get in. 8. Yay!
8 damage. You spear this ghoul through the neck. Rip your rapier out to the side. Its head lolls to the side.
Yay.
It's still standing though.
That was my goal, I guess, yeah.
Normally a
Damn.
constitution save to shake the poison off ends your turn, but because you're on a natty 20, I'll let you do an attack as well. Oh, win!
Alright. I'm gonna stab at the guy in front of me because he's closer. And he's already trying to like bite me or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, how rude.
Um,
You're going for this guy here.
yeah.
Okay, 8 plus.
Yeah.
Okay, so with your plus 4, you get exactly 12, which is exactly this thing's armor class. So you
Yes.
hit. Let's have some damage off you.
4,
D6.
D6 damage.
Alright, so how much damage is that? 4 damage? D6 plus 2, yeah?
D6 plus 2, yeah.
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 Right, so you slice out, you take a big chunk of meat from its left hip as you slash down with your sword at its rudeness of trying to bite you. But it almost manages to dodge out the way. It moves with a cat-like grace, but you're just that bit quicker. You manage to take a big hunk of meat off it. Slops to the floor with a wet slap. Growls at you. Opens its mouth wide as if it's about to reach out and bite you. But it doesn't because it's Godfrey's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna try and finish this one off. Yeah, so 21 to hit,
Yep, that's a hit.
10 damage.
10 damage. This one, you dodge, duck, weave out of the way of this thing's claws and bite attacks as it tries to lash out at you. You wait for your moment, it overreaches with a claw attack and you just whoomph, bring your mace up under its chin, send its head flying off into the foggy afternoon. The rest of its body spurts a Quentin Tarantino amount of black blood all over you, Leo, before falling to the floor.
Yay!
It makes one more hidden from them.
Good indeed.
Camouflage.
And then I've got just enough movement to move through their half speed, like flank that one for next turn.
Yeah. Moving with the practiced grace of a veteran fighter, you manage to step nimbly through the thorny bush and come up behind the rude ghoul that tried to bite Arwen.
the end of my turn.
Torlek, you're on deck.
Can I see through this, by the way? Can I see through the bushes to my right? Can I see like Arwen
Right.
and the ghoul and such?
You can see to here.
Okay. So I'm just gonna run back the way I came then.
Retrace your steps.
And now that I can see everything, I'm just going to sacred flame the ghoul that's between my two friends.
Sacred flame the rude ghoul. Go for it.
In fact, it's a saving throw from you. Yeah, I was thinking of guiding bolt.
I do not think a 7 will do it.
It will not do it, no. So it's going to take a D8 of radiant, which is 7 radiant damage.
Oh my word! That is a big fucking hit. Your sacred flame strikes this thing as it reaches back and is about to leap at Godfrey. You catch it midsection. Woomph! It goes up in flames. There is a... As it falls to the floor, writhes round in pain as the flames are engulfing it. Then they go out. It breathes heavily and leaps back to its feet, looking round for who attacked it, seeing none, and just focuses back on Godfrey. It looks very, very hurt.
Vexed.
Okay, Jess, alone in the fog. You can see explosions going off in front of you. Hear screams and the shouts of battle. You can just about see you can see Torlek, but not much more, I don't think. 7 squares. Yeah, you can just about see Torlek. Can you see that chappie up there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, you can. You get the impression he can't quite see you yet, though. What would you like to do?
So yeah, I'm gonna shoot this guy in his face. Is a 16 hit?
16 does indeed hit.
Yay.
Takes him by surprise.
And I put my dex on there.
Ugh.
That roll was unsurprising. I'm just gonna
4 damage. Up with the
put
cross.
myself down here for next turn.
So you can see him sort of charging through the brush as you fucking just line up your shot, lead him on a little bit, oomph, let fly. The crossbow flies through the thorns and tangles, decreasing in speed ever so slightly so you don't strike the ghoul in the head as you were aiming, but it does hit him in the shoulder. He seems a little bit unfazed by the damage and continues in his charging path down towards the noise.
Okay, and that is me done.
Wonderful. It is the ghouls up next. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god, he sees Godfrey.
Oh, fuck.
No good.
2, 3, 4, 5. He sees Leo.
Oh my god.
Okay, Leo, you're gonna get a bite on your ass.
Oh, the unrelenting ghoul.
Not with a natural 1. I'm gonna I'm gonna let you make an opportunity attack on him because he stumbles on the thorny branches and lands short, thrown at your feet. Make an opportunity attack with advantage. As okay, and again, that's better. You strike him.
Oh!
Good DM dice.
Oh!
10 damage. Fucking hell.
Hit it all. Hit it all in the face, ghoul.
Yeah, so your rapier goes straight through its neck and out the other side, and you sort of zhuzh it about a bit, make the hole quite big. There's a cough and splutter, but it gets up. Its neck is now entirely torn open, but its eyes are still full of hatred. Its teeth still gnash and its claws still swipe out towards you. Right, Godfrey, the one that's charged in to your, left on the screen, is going to make a 17 claw attack. That's not enough. The
Like
one
with the
between you and
shield.
Arwen, he leaps out of the bush towards you, but you heard him coming, turn and just send him flying back. He skitters in the ground and regains his feet. Comes at you again, ready to launch a new attack. The one stuck between you and Arwen is going to lash out at Arwen with its claws for 12.
Yeah, no, he doesn't get me.
He does not get you. You must deftly sidestep out of the way of the rude ghoul as he tries to swipe you. He is looking very damaged off Torlek's Sacred Flame, so the crusty black claw that comes out just sort of dissipates slightly in the fog. You can see it just like turns into ash. It's just a stump waves at you. It's so badly hurt. Okay, Leo, you're on deck.
Yeah, this is a risk. Do I try and chin this ghoul or do I heal? I'm gonna have to try and finish this ghoul off, I guess. So I'm gonna have a swing at it. Oh, 16.
16, that is a good hit.
Yay. 4 damage. Another great hit.
4 damage. Another huge hit. This time you skewer it right through the belly, rip its stomach open. Fetid, decayed entrails spill out onto the floor. Yet this thing doesn't seem to notice. It only has eyes for you, Leo.
That's not gonna pay off.
Okay. Any movement from you, staying where you are, sir, surrounded by ghoul entrails.
I can't really move, can I? Kind of in there, so no. I'm just gonna
a wall of ghoul corpses around you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just.
I'm safe in my ghoul fort.
Stay where you are. Okay, Arwen, you're up now.
Yeah.
There's ghouls to your left and ghouls to your right.
Where are the ghouls to my left?
There's ghouls the other. Well,
Right, so there's ghouls to your front and ghouls to your back.
Stuck in the middle with Leo.
I'll start my friend and cook with me.
The rude ghoul in front of you.
Yeah, we got a thing going on now, so.
rude ghoul.
Yeah. Dexterity, isn't it? That's 14.
That's a 10. You don't quite hit with that short sword this time.
You've got a, you're blessed, so add a d4.
Ah, get that D4 on them.
Blessings.
Yes!
Hey, okay. As if by magic, some divine help managed to guide your sword straight and true into this thing's chest. Let's see if you open it up.
I remember this time D6 plus 2, so okay. 7.
That's enough. Your sword busts through its rib cage, and you drag it down, opening this thing from neck to navel. It shudders and shakes in front of you before collapsing in a spasmodic fit on the floor of death, and dies.
It's dead, by the way.
I think I'm okay.
Now you could finally quick shot without being a disadvantage, though.
You can indeed.
Do this guy here?
That one
Why
there.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give that a go. What gotta do?
It's just D20, isn't it? It's
Natural
not.
1. Natural 1. Oh!
Add your d4.
Uh,
Oh
That's
yeah.
not gonna help. It's -5.
Okay. Yeah, maybe don't.
So, Godfrey, as you reach forward to strike with your mace and send this ghoul flying into the mist, an arrow pings off the head of your mace and sends your shot wide. You realize Arwen's shot at you and the ghoul from less than 10 feet away. Very dangerous.
Friendly fire in this group, does it? No.
And Godfrey, you're up next.
I'm gonna move out the thorn bush and just try and crack this guy.
Circle around it, trying to find. Ooh, had a couple of air. Circling around it, trying to find an opening.
Plus 6, so 14.
14, you managed to find an opening. Strike through with your mace. Will it be enough?
5 damage.
5 damage. You catch it in the other side, popping the other ribs. This every time it moves now, there's a horrible cracking sound. It sounds every time it moves. It sounds like someone snapping spaghetti.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
You've broken so many of the bones on its insides.
Crunchy ribs.
Okay, that's
Crunchy ribs, indeed. If there's nothing else, Godfrey, Torlek, you're up.
okay. Well, I'm going to... Being as I've seen Leo is defending himself very well against that ghoul, he's just
That's a
slain
lie!
him. He's just slain
That's why you need to cut this one, or it's gonna kill me.
Yeah, alright. I'm
You
I'm
do
going
look,
to-
you are suffering from several slash marks and
Well,
He's
look.
bleeding profusely.
You can see my health. It's on 3 of 11.
Well, luckily for you, I have Healing Word as a bonus action, so I'm going to run into combat with the ghoul to protect you and Healing Word you as I go. So I'm going to point at you and just shout, recover! And you get 6 health back. And
Yay.
do I want to be... Yeah, I want to be behind it, sure.
Well,
And then I'm going to try to stove this creature's head in.
Stove it in!
And
It's looking pretty hurt.
am I at advantage for flank or?
You are, that's why I moved you there.
Thank you, sir. I will swing at it with a 9 plus 2, which is 11, which is crap. And then 11 plus 2, which hits, I believe.
Which hits indeed.
Wicked. So then I'm going to do a d6 of bludgeoning to it, which is 4 damage.
4 damage, minus 4. You crack this thing right at the top of the spine and drag your mace. Yes? Mace?
Yes, yes, mace.
Yes. Your mace down this creature's spine, tearing the flesh open, exposing the bones. You can see them crack and smash as you draw the mace down with a huge hit. It rears back, arms open, and then tries to regain its balance. It's off balance, it's still standing, and it's now flailing crazily at the two of you.
That's it from me.
That's it from you. Jess, you're up. You can see Godfrey sidestepping and like whacking at a ghoul with his mace and his shield, keeping it at bay. Torlek and Leo ganging up on another one. Looks pretty bad. You've got your
kill that ghoul. Kill that ghoul. Kill that ghoul.
I mean, that does seem like a pretty sensible option. So I'm gonna shoot this guy if I can.
Kill that
And I
ghoul.
actually remember to have my proficiency on the roll this time.
Natural one. Ah! You strike the ghoul with your crossbow bolt.
All the damage. All the damage.
Some of the
Yay.
damage.
Better than average.
Better than 1.
Outstanding.
More than we rolled all night.
You see the ghoul rear back, come down with both of its claws to fucking take Leo's head off. You let fly with the crossbow bolt. Everything goes into slow motion. It's like Corn Freak on a leash as the claws come forward. Inches from Leo's face, your crossbow bolt strikes it in the side of the temple and sends it flying to the right. It cartwheels into death onto the floor.
Of death.
Feel your life flash before your eyes, and you're saved by an angelic crossbow bolt from the mist.
Yay!
Yeah.
Okay, fuck yeah, people. The final feral ghoul, seeing all of its friends go, is going to attempt to run away. It's going to use its action to disengage. Is it smart enough? It is not smart enough. Shit. He disengages and tries to run away and goes to here and gets restrained.
Opportunity attack. Opportunity attack.
No, it hasn't moved out my range. But it is stuck, which is pretty good. It did
It is now
disengage.
stuck in the thorny bush because it decided to try and charge straight through it. Okay, Liaquanor, you are up on deck.
Yay, stupid ghoul. Right, I'm gonna move up to here. I can move that far. And I guess I'll swing at it.
Leo's going on the offensive.
You've got advantage.
It- I was gonna say, this is our advantage, isn't it? It's
It
on
is
its
indeed,
flank.
it is restrained.
Restrained arms. 1, no, definitely not.
Not quite.
10 plus a D4, right?
That's the D8 you've rolled.
Yeah, you
D8,
rolled the wrong die, mate.
Oh, was it? Oh, sweet, even better. Oh, okay then.
Wait,
Okay,
that
that
a lot
one's-
better.
That's it, that's a dirty 20, that'll do you.
Okay, and it gets 8 damage. Yay!
8 damage.
Oh,
Outstanding. A huge hit. Your rapier finds this thing's breastplate. You smash through it, sending splinters of bone everywhere. The back of the creature bursts open as your rapier pierces through, busting open. Black gore sprays up you. It screams in your face. Remains restrained in the bush and flailing at you.
Oh,
It's not
yes, that's me done.
yet.
I am done.
Maybe whatever Arwen will do to it next will kill it.
I'm in here. Can I stab from here? At it?
Stab
You
at
can stab from there indeed.
With advantage. And your D4.
it. Can't miss.
Well, you said that.
Advantage. Ooh! And again.
And again. And again,
Roll
advantage.
again. Roll again.
4 it is. Plus, what was
No,
the
that was a
third?
D4.
Oh, the D4.
The D4. Yeah, so you get
Roll a D20 again,
Roll the
Sharon.
I'm so confused.
Roll the
More than a
D20.
10. More than a 10.
Yay!
Yeah! You lash out with your short sword. It finds ghoul flesh. Is it enough to see it off?
Right,
5. Yeah. That's alright.
Your short sword lashes out. You can see this thing is pinned against the tree in several places. You lash out to its broken ribs. Your sword cuts through like butter, completely severing the bottom half of its body from the top. Its legs fall to the floor, twitching. The top half of it still roars at fucking Godfrey, Leo, and yourself, and reaches out with its hands.
Really?
It's still alive.
Yeah, it's very close to death. Godfrey sent this thing into the afterlife.
This one's now
17
called
plus
After
8.
afterlife.
I thought we deserved to live after this, guys. But in,
8 damage.
How
the base.
indeed does it look when you kill the final ghoul?
It's half a corpse hanging in a tree.
Yeah,
Uh,
pretty much.
I'm just gonna swing it like a baseball bat so it like slides further down the thorn.
Wonderful. As you do, you hear what's left of its rib cage completely crumble under your mace. Its head falls off as dead things often do, and it stops breathing. You have solved my ghoul problem. It goes
Sindri
quiet.
problem.
All you can hear now is the gentle breeze and the swirls of the fog and mist around you.
I'm just gonna shout as loud as I can, Sindri! Just to try and see if I can
Ooh.
get his attention.
Outstanding.
Hundreds of
Gonna
ghouls.
pop out of a cloud and be like, "Hi guys."
Oh, combat music's back, really? Really?
Everyone
Okay,
just looks at
so
it and like,
where were
what
we?
the fuck?
Yeah, we're going to jump right back to the top of the initiative order.
Are you serious?
I am not. I am serious, mate. Yeah.
Shit.
Surely all the ghouls in the area had been attracted by now. That was my rationale there.
Unless that one's just finished eating Sindri.
No,
Yeah.
there were some that were a bit further away that couldn't find their way because it was quite confusing. But with
Fuck.
that lovely locating shout,
To be fair, I am glowing as well, so.
yeah, they have had to dash.
Don't anger the ghouls.
They have had.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh Christ Almighty!
It's all right. At least you're not now going to walk into these ones
That
alone.
one's dead, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is the half horse not dead?
Fucking half pint's dead.
Yeah, you just
That guy off.
Yeah, that guy is dead.
Good.
This guy, however, is not, and he runs to there. That
Oh,
lad
I
is
feel very
dead.
exposed.
Okay, so that is the ghoul's turn. Leo, you're up. Okay, you can see all of them. Of this chap here.
Right, I guess then I best move up to this ghoul then. I'm gonna give him
As Torlek shouts, "Go, Sindri!" There is just a load of echoing from the distance. Leo, you hear the fucking charging footsteps run to engage. Arwen and Godfrey just see Leo charge off into the mist, rapier drawn. Let's have some swings off you, mate.
14.
That's
On a
a
ghoul.
hit.
Try to run game on a ghoul. 7. Yeah.
That is a good hit. This thing comes charging out of the mist, leaps. You just stand there with your rapier and thrust forward, catching the ghoul on your rapier and shove it off onto the floor. Throw it onto the floor, whip your rapier clean. Wait for it to regain its feet and come at you again. Anything else, Leo?
I'm not about that at the moment. No.
Fair enough. You're doing fine. You don't need me
I was gonna
inspired.
say, the inspiration could help mean that we don't have to go back to town to get all fucking healed again.
No, but we've already got, what's the saying? We're already blessed, right? So.
You're not blessed. And I'm not blessed.
Oh well, then that action can be my bardic inspiration. There you go. Just that action of running out and stabbing that guy is bardic inspiration that Godfrey sees.
Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Have that, mate.
Oh, right then. Yeah, okay. We'll do that. Normally you've got to play a note and sing a song, but
Maybe he just whistled a note as he stabbed it.
aye. We'll let it go. We'll let it go for that.
Or maybe he sang Let It Go from Frozen.
Yeah.
It's
Probably.
inspiring. Stirring words or music.
Stirring words. There you go. What stirring words do you scream at Godfrey?
Ha! That was it. Have that.
Find that inspiring, Godfrey.
If he's stabbing it at the same time, sure.
Wonderful. Okay then. Arwen, you're up next. Some more rude boys have come charging out of the mist.
I think I can shoot at him.
You
from
can
where
see
I'm-
that one, indeed, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that.
Get him done.
Okay. What, +3 and my dexterity?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
You've got
like
a D4 as well.
5. And a D4. I keep.
Don't think it's gonna get to 12.
Yeah.
Not quite.
No.
Not quite. First shot goes wide. Off into the mist somewhere.
I'll do a quick shot then.
After a second, you hear a quiet as it strikes a tree. Quick shot.
Shot. 11 and 2.
You still had a
There's-
still had a D4 though.
Oh yeah. When does that D4 run out? I keep forgetting that.
In a
Yeah.
minute. Only lasts a minute, but that's 10 rounds, so.
Sweet.
Oh.
Oh, you got 15 minus 5. It's a 10. Unfortunately, your second shot flies off wide with a. Hits a tree quite close. Okay, so 2 shots fly wide. Do you want to move anywhere, Arwen?
Nah, I'm gonna use the cord.
Nah, stay behind the bush. Godfrey, inspired by Lochnos, ha! And then he's charged off into the fog. You see new enemies come herring at you.
If I stand there,
Yes.
can I get all those guys in a 15-foot cone? I think I can. Just like that.
No, you wouldn't be able to get this
No?
guy.
Okay. I'll just Sacred Flame that front one.
Flame on.
Wait.
Okay, go for it.
Does the Burning Hands wouldn't include the square I was in? Oh yeah, it's still on. Yeah, never mind. So just
Yeah,
save, so,
that's-
yeah, just dex save for that guy.
Which guy? This guy here.
That one. Top one.
Top one. 7. Every time?
Well, don't worry, I'm sure to roll a
Every time
2.
I'm on a deck save.
Hey, I rolled a 5. 5 radiant damage.
Outstanding. So you let fire with the sacred flame as it comes charging at you through the mist. You just catch its center mass and it boom goes up, hits the floor, eats shit, rolls and gets back on its feet. Now it's completely black, tearing at you.
Yeah, that's a me done. Actually, I'm going to move to the other side to there, so they kind of have to run through the bushes.
Gotta come charging through the bush.
Yeah.
I get behind the bush. Torlek! You can't quite see it, but you can hear the cries and the rapid thump of new enemies tearing at your position, tearing down on you, bearing down with teeth and claw.
Okay, well, my protective instincts are going to kick straight back in then, and I'm running my 5, 10, 15, and then does this feral ghoul hit above me count as difficult terrain, or?
No, you can. He's in the tree. So.
Fair.
So the tree counts as
in the
difficult
tree.
terrain.
That's fine.
Can I see all of these guys now, or?
You can see. You can see the top two. You can't see the bottom. You can't see the one furthest to the right. It's too far out of the way for you.
Alright, I would like to use one of my Molotovs at these guys.
Yes!
Platform.
So,
Holy shit! Here we go.
Just what we need, a burning bush fire as well. Isn't it working?
ha!
Yeah, I mean, the only damage I've taken so far in this fight is from friendly fire, so you might as well set it all on fire while we're right there.
Here we go. Right, so this is
Alright,
going
just
to
rub
be,
it in, why don't you?
Dexterity to throw it, or strength. I'll let you choose whichever you're best with, but no proficiency because you ain't proficient with chucking fucking Molotov cocktails.
Right.
You will have to light this and throw it. So it's going to be a whichever one you want to use, dexterity or strength.
Well, it'll be strength, but can I try and chuck it in an area for area denial, or do I have to aim for one of them, or how are we doing this?
You don't know. You've never used one before.
What's the AoE on?
Fair enough. In which case, I've interposed myself between Arwen and the two on the right. Well, the one on the right that I can see. So I'm going to lob it at the one on the left, and I'm going to use my strength, which is +0.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be a straight roll, I guess.
Cool.
Which is 19.
Oh, you strike this thing center mass. Right.
This is giving us last
Get the
last
roll.
flashback.
This is now a fire duel.
2d6 fire damage, sir.
Nice. 8.
Nice.
Very nice.
8. Outstanding. You see the ghoul go up in flames.
If that ghoul casts burning hands on me, I'm not going to be happy. Ooh.
The ghoul in the area around it, boom, goes up in flames. The ghoul itself is writhing in amongst the flames. You can see that it's still kind of alive. It's still thrashing about. There we go.
Okay.
But I'll let you know now that the Molotovs explode on a 10-foot square. They do 2d6 fire damage to start with. Anything that starts its turn within that 10-foot square takes 1d4 fire damage. If you
Nice.
want to write that down. As it goes boom! There's a huge roar. And the ghoul does a... as it's burning in the fire. Right, okay. Jess, you're up if there's nothing left from you, Torlek.
No, that'll be me.
Good. Cool.
Okay. See if we can just take care of this guy. He's already on fire, so I'm going to shoot him.
Yep.
Boosh.
Nice.
Just so it feels like her face is on fire.
That's quite alright, because you wait for it to like with its arms up wide, and you just Hawkeye that shit through the top of the head. Boom! It and just falls backwards. Just burns. There's a horrible, acrid smell of rotten, burning flesh in the air now.
Really
It is the ghoul's turn. Oh, okay, we're gonna do the guy at the top fighting Leoquino.
Yay!
He's gonna reach out with a bite. The 13.
Oh, my armor class is 13.
Oh, if it meets, it beats, my dear sir. Sorry. Shit. That's only 2 points of piercing damage, though.
How many, sorry?
3.
Alright.
You've got a second bite wound on you. I've noticed later. Right, these two, because the fire just went up. Ah, these guys are hard boys, hard boys. Just gonna come charging at this guy. It's gonna get there and smash through the brush, right into the middle of everything. And oh, that's the fog. 6. Here we go. So the guy behind Torlek is going to swing at you first with his claws. That's a 19 to hit Torlek with the claws.
That is going to be a hit.
Oh my, oh my, oh my. Claws. There's 5 points of slashing damage.
Ow.
And I need you to make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw, sir, or become paralyzed and become dead.
Okay, well, luckily I am blessed. So D20 plus D4. 14!
Oh, nice. You managed to
15.
shake off the horrible fetid juices in the ghoul's claws. You're too strong, too much of a man for that sort of shit. Stand fast where you are. The ghoul to the other side of you is going to swing at Godfrey, even though Glenn is the EDM, knows this is practically fucking useless. Yeah, not with a fucking 12, it's not. You managed to bat it away with your shield once again. Now getting used to fighting the ghouls, you sort of know what their tactics are, and you can almost anticipate what they're going to do. And that is them. They are done. Leo, you're up. 1-on-1 in the fog by yourself with a ghoul.
Cool. Guess I'll have another
romantic.
shot with it. A bad bro. Yeah!
Nice.
Leo killing it today.
Yeah.
Have another 4 damage, ghoul.
4 damage. As you ram your rapier right to the hilt in this thing's belly, rip it out as a slough of guts come onto the floor in front of you. In your face. Rears back, ready to attack.
How?
You've done. You've taken. It's down to. It is now officially bloodied. You've got halfway. You're literally just going, poke.
Oh, no, man.
You're doing well.
Yeah, I guess
It hasn't killed you yet.
rapier isn't the ideal zombie killing.
No.
It's finesse. Do you want to do any sand dancing around it, or move away from it? Stay all up in its face.
I'm fine. I'll just
Fine.
stand there.
Okay, Owen, you've got a ghoul right up in your face. 2 rude boys.
This one here is still alive, is that it?
That one there is very much still alive.
Okay, I'll stab him.
Go for it. Get your little sword out and have at. That'll do it.
Plus 2, 6.
6 damage. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. So you wait for your moment as Godfrey's exchanging blows with the ghoul. You share a look for a second. The ghoul lunges forward. Godfrey's shield bashes it. His arms fly wide. You come slicing in with the sword. Drag the blade down across this ghoul's chest, opening it up. You can see now its beating black heart, its lungs inflating in its chest, but it's still standing. It was a nice double team. Okay, Godfrey, you're up next.
Okay, I'll move to there. And mace it again. Yeah, that's definitely gonna hit 18 plus 6.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
7 damage.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, as soon as Arwen slices its chest open, she kicks it in the side, spinning it round the wrong way. You see your opportunity, whirl in behind it, bring your mace down, completely crushing its right shoulder. You hear bone and sinew snap and tear. Clouds of ghoul blood spray all over you and Arwen. It looks very hurt. Lolling around now with one arm dangling by its side. It's still lashing out in fury with its other. Any more movement from you, Godfrey?
Nope.
Okay, Torlek, you're on scene, standing the other side of the ghoul that's been almost incapacitated by Godfrey's huge swing.
Yes, I can see that I'm being flanked, but I'm also flanking him, so I'm going to go for the one between me and Godfrey. Try and find my moment, just go for a smash with the mace.
Go for it.
That's not going to cut it, but I'm at advantage, I believe.
You are indeed, sir.
And you're blessed.
Which is
Bless.
also
Oh,
not
yeah,
going to
D4.
cut it, but I'm blessed!
D4.
It's going to be 10, it's not going to be enough.
Not enough.
Um,
So, you tend to swing at the ghoul with your mace, but you're just so impressed with the absolute beauty of the double team of Arwen and Godfrey on this thing, you just kind of go, really good. You don't even care that you missed, you just witnessed some epic combat.
and with that, I'm kind of exhausted. I don't have any bonus actions left, so I'm just going to keep fending these things off of myself if I can, and pass to whoever's next.
Jess is up next. So you can see Torlek just kind of swing and miss with the ghoul in front of him. He hears the ghoul behind him, whirls round, blocks an attack with his shield, leaving the ghoul open for you.
I was about to say, here we go. Try to get him some breathing room. 14.
That's a hit. Yeah.
And it does 5 damage.
5 damage. Big hit. First damage this one's taken so far. So, Torlek blocks its blow with his shield, sending it spinning. As he does so, you whip round with the crossbow. Boom! Let fly. Bolt strikes at centre mass. Ugh. Knocks it off balance. It whips to you, whips to Torlek. It stands there, it doesn't know who to attack. It's going to make a fucking intelligence check. Oh shit. It's going to attack Jess.
Oh shit.
The opportunity attack.
Yes, please.
Clever ghoul.
Yes.
You're blessed.
As it runs off, I'm going to try and crack it across the back, which is going to be, well, it's more than enough before the bless, so.
More than enough. You strike.
And that is going to be a d6 of damage.
2. Outstanding. That'll do nicely. So, as it reaches out to attack you with a 10, Jess, I don't think that's going to hit, is it?
It is not.
No. It sort of lurches towards you, swipes with its hand, but just as its hand's about to reach you, Torlek swings and boom, hits it in the back, knocks it to the floor. You hear bones crunch. You can see the anger flare in its face as its prize was taken away from it. It comes back to its feet, ready to attack you again. Godfrey, the one in front of you, is just sort of flailing haughtily. Oh, fuck you, Godfrey!
Hang on.
With its one remaining hand, it gets a crit 20.
Except it doesn't because I use Warden Flare to give it disadvantage.
You dick! Then it scores a 5.
So it's like, yeah, I got you, and then I just flash with light and it's fucking black. How about that, dickhead?
Yeah, you flash with light and its eyes burn for a split second and its hand just sort of clatters limply against your shield, whereas it was aiming for your head. Not to fucking get
close.
Okay, Leo, this guy in front of you is going to lash out with its claws. Not with a 3, it's not.
Damn right it's not. Yes!
You deftly sidestep it, whip it in the side of the head with the flat of your rapier and go, no!
Back, you
Back,
bastard!
I tell you!
You're up on deck to riposte.
I hope you kill it right after that happens.
That's it. Hit him with a repop. Which is... Hit him with a Eradicate!
Oh,
22.
riposte!
Roll an 8, roll an 8. Yes!
20!
Oh my god! With that, you sidestep, no! And then, riposte! Catch it right in the left eye. You feel the rapier sink deep into the brain. The skull explodes out of the back as your rapier pierces through the back of its head. It on the end of your sword. You whip it down, slots to the floor in a heap. Like, you absolutely annihilate it. Turn around like, well, not a single person saw.
I'm okay with that.
It's alright, mate. You know you did it.
I did. I do.
You can tell everyone in the bar later.
I will.
Okay, Arwen, you're up next. There's one hustling Jess that's still alive as well.
But I'm checking on that for some reason he's not a.
There's this one.
There he is. Oh wow.
That one's still alive
I
as well.
got
This
10.
one.
He's
Yeah.
alive, isn't he? Oh, sorry, he's
Yeah.
dead.
There's
No,
this
they're both-
guy that's alive. He's flailing around with one arm.
The one between me and Godfrey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, well, I'll finish him off then.
he's trampling over the remains of one of his dead feral ghoul friends.
If we kill it, we could all move to help Jeff.
Yeah, it's a
do.
hit.
And then 6, 7.
7 damage. Outstanding. So as Torlek turns, cracks the ghoul in the back, stops it attacking Jess. The ghoul behind him lashes out with its one hand, spinning round wildly into the space that Torlek was standing just before, leaving itself completely open for Arwen to again come in with a short sword, Spartacus style, slow-mo as it slices through the neck of the ghoul, sending the head spinning off into the mist.
I think Arwen's got the most kill shots. Finished off nearly
Yeah,
every ghoul.
seconded.
Dead.
Blood sprays all over you, Torlek and Godfrey. Torlek, there's just a rain of blood from behind you. You don't quite know where it's coming from. It's clinging and plattering off your armor. And Godfrey, you're up next.
Okay, I'll clank over here. And just more of the same. Natural 20.
Another day, another ghoul.
God. No, actually, mate, Warden Flare, so fuck you.
So I do 9 damage.
9 damage. Okay.
The ghouls have learned something. Warden Flare.
Looking impressed with Arwen decapitating the ghoul in front of you, you just don't even waste a second. Charge forward and lash out with the mace. Just as this one's about to take a swipe at Jessail, you completely crush its left arm. You hear bones break, sinew flies, lumps of flesh go off there all over the place. Jess, you get sprayed in the face with an arterial gout of black ichor-like blood. but it did save you getting hit.
Appreciated.
Torlek up next.
Okay, I'm gonna
Bits of eyes,
follow.
how big face.
Follow Godfrey's lead, just interpose myself between the squishy ranger and the ghoul, and then try and stove its head in again. I assume am I at advantage? Or?
Stove. You are not
Yeah.
flanking.
But
That's
you are
fine.
blessed.
Yes.
That will probably do.
That's gonna be
Yes.
good enough anyway, yeah. It's 13 anyway.
Here
So it's
we
gonna
come.
be a d6.
Here we come.
1!
Oh, not quite enough, sir. As you lash out with your mace,
tap.
you actually managed to strike it in exactly the same place Godfrey did, sending its left arm skittering off along the floor. It just and then points its left stump at you and sprays all over you with the blood as it flails.
That's gonna be it for me.
Yes. Getting covered in blood spraying everywhere. You're up now.
I mean, I won't complain too much about the mess because of the whole ice knife thing. So
I get popping up like Google sunscreen, you know?
yeah, that's true. Right, it's right next to me, so I'm gonna try and hit it with a stick.
Yes. Oh, no! My God,
No.
okay.
Oh.
Wait, no advantage!
Yeah. And bless.
Yes.
Look at you fall.
You're on advantage.
Bless.
God's sake.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's not gonna
No.
help.
No.
Great.
Yeah. Swing forward with your quarterstaff. You managed to keep a hold of it. Yes. But what actually happens is you swing as hard as you can, and it's just as it hits the ghoul quite harmlessly in the back.
Oh my goodness, I'm dying.
And it is now the feral ghoul is up next, and he's just concentrating on Godfrey. Just concentrating on that fucking Godfrey.
You doing that, or is Glenn doing
Motherfucker!
it? Nice. His other arm comes
Swings
up.
at Godfrey. There's so much mud and viscera on the floor, it just falls flat on its face. All three of you get an opportunity attack to wail on this thing.
With advantage.
Yeah, all three of you with advantage. We're going to start with Jess on a stick, though.
Okay.
Oh my god, she hits.
She does. Hang on, I'm just gonna see if advantage makes it better. Oh, it does.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Nearly.
Finish it off.
After last time, I will totally take that.
Yeah, what does it look like when Jess throws the
Yes.
in with the stick?
I think the real picture in this moment is the sheer look of surprise on Jess's face when this actually pans out this time. Like, you know, she's struggling to hold on to the quarterstaff. There's mud, there's goop, there's blood, and God knows what everywhere. And it's more like she's skidding round rather than like doing a little pirouette. But somehow it does the trick.
Yeah, so you're slipping around in the mud and the viscera, not actually intending to strike down. You're about to lose your balance, you think, fuck, I'm just going to jam this into the floor so I can stand up. When you jam it down with all your might to keep your foot, there's just a sound like a watermelon popping. You look down and your stick is completely through this thing's head. You manage to keep your feet. You get there split seconds before Godfrey and Torlek, who just whir in with their maces and turn this thing into mince. They hit it 2, 3, 4, 5 times before they finally breathe deeply and realize that there's nothing but pulp on the floor. Yet again, an
Actually went a lot better than
silence
that.
takes hold of the stranglethorns, the curling, rolling mist, trying its best
nobody
to
shout
hide
disintegrate.
the absolute massacre that's just happened here in the woods.
I look at Torlek and I put my fingers on my lips and just go, shh.
I'm just gonna slightly clankily just collapse into a sitting position and just let a bit of blood just drips off the end of my nose. Just
Well,
You all have a bit of breathing space. as the adrenaline of the fight still pumps through your brains and your veins. Your eyes are still wide. But now is the time to take a deep breath